warp drive active.
The Catalyst in EVE Online is every Capsulier's best friend or worst nightmare, depending on which side of the wreck you're on. But is it just a villain, or also it's a hero for so many pilots looking to get into combat roles? Hello everyone, it's time to catalyze EVE Online. It's time for episode 2 of Ultimate EVE Online Defeats. This is about the Catalyst in a quest to improve damage per ISK spent. So we will start with introductory feats like low sec, asteroid, hunter and level 1 mission T1 alpha friendly feats. We will have Abyssal feats and Catalyst feats to kill Dagan, the final boss of Sister of Eve epic arc. We will continue with tier 2 feats and Catalyst Navi issue feats. Also very important, we will have known Gankers feats. Let's see what those guys are putting on a Catalyst and what results they get. And finally we will have Extravagant feats. Can we put 1 billion ISK on a T1 destroyer? Let's see about that. And before we start, let's see what is the story, what is the fuzz, what is so special about this ship. And for that we will go here on show info, and as we can see, the Catalyst gets bonuses on tracking speed and on hybrid turret fall-off, and also it has a native small hybrid turret optimal range of plus 50%. Really, given its reputation, I was expecting a lot of better bonuses in here, but as we can see, this is pretty much it. Alright, then let's see about what skills do we need for that. As we can see, we need Galente Destroyer 1. If you haven't started with Galente, it's 22 hours to train as an alpha player and 11 hours to train as an omega account. So really easy to train and fly. But where is its strength coming from? And let's see about that. We will go here on fitting. And as we can see, there is a generous 8 turrets hardpoints on which we can mount a lot of offensive modules. Alrighty then, let's start our presentation, and first of all we will have T1 alpha friendly PvE and low sec belt rating Catalyst fit. As we can see, we have some light ion blaster ones, 8 of them in high slots. After that we have 5 meganewton restrained micro warp drive in order to keep our signature low. Also, we have some magnetic field stabilizers, 2 of them, in order to improve our damage output, and 1 damage control 1 in order to improve our defensive capabilities. You may think, hey, a shield-based Catalyst, how come? Because Catalyst was supposed to be an armor-based ship. Alright, let's have a discussion about that as well. So if we go here into attributes, we can see that for the Catalyst we have a shield capacity of 750 and for armor it's 800. So far there is a small advantage, armor is favored, and given the fact that there are 3 actually low power slots and only 2 medium power slots for shields, armor is again favored in here. But let's have a look at the damage resistance as well. And as we can see, it's a very interesting distribution in here. Armor is doing very well when it comes of EM damage resistance, right? But shield is doing very well when it comes of shield explosive damage resistance. So to conclude, if you are encountering rats and you need explosive damage resistance, shield is an option over armor, right? The stats are almost identical when it comes of kinetic damage resistance, but if you need thermal and especially EM resistance, in that case armor is the option. So let's go back to our shield-based Catalyst, and in here let's put some ammunition. In this case is going to be antimatter charge S, right? And with this, with a newly created character, we are already getting a respectable 160 DPS. And the natural progression from here, it's a tier 2 PvE catalyst. Let's load this. As we can see in the highs, we have now Light Ion Blaster 2. As an engine, we have an 5mm quad leaf restraint as well, in order to keep our signature radius small. And also we have mount a fleeting compact stasis wavy fire to catch those fast targets. In the lows, we have one magnetic field stabilizer 2 instead of 2. We have the same damage control, but this time tier 2, and we have put a small armor repairer 2 in order to boost our defense. Speaking of defense, the rigs can help with that, with this small Trimark armor pump 2 of them, and also we have a small hybrid burst aerator 1, again to improve our damage output. Interestingly enough, this is still an alpha fit. There are 23 days to be trained, right? That's quite a lot, but everything is here is still alpha suitable. Let's put some ammunition on it as well, right? Antimatter charge, and our damage output has reached 180 DPS. Again, for a totally newly created character. As we can see, power grid is overloaded at this very moment, but I wouldn't be too concerned about this. With a minimum of training, this can become positive. There is a price tag for this fit of 31 millions. As we can see, the most expensive things are the small Trimark armor pump 2. Again, this fit is for PvE mostly. Good, and from here, let's go for another fit. This time is going to be an Abyssal fit, a filament speed runner fit. Alrighty. As we can see in the high power slots, we have the 150mm prototype Ghost gun, which is like a benchmark for the catalyst because of the real high values for optimal range and fall-off range. In the mids, we have put 1 meganewton compact afterburner. There is only one enemy in there, we don't need to go fast and chase enemies. So 1 meganewton will be absolutely okay for this scenario. And also we are expecting small targets in there, so why not to make them a little bit bigger in order to hit them. In the lows, we will put some Vortex compact magnetic field stabilizers, 2 of them, to increase our damage output. And we will have also a small armor repair 2 in order to repair ourselves. Depending on which kind of room you are in, you can mount thermal resistance or any other kind of resistance as necessary. In these very particular designs, we have added a small processor overclocking unit in order to improve our CPU output and a small ancillary current router to improve our power grid. But as you train CPU or power grid output, you can ditch these 2 modules and replace them with room-specific reinforcers. As it says, this design is for T0 filament runners. You should go really fast in there, but as we speak, I would not recommend you to go into T1 filaments, at least not with a catalyst. Let's put some ammunition on it to see some damage outputs. For this occasion, we have Caldari Navi Antimatter Charge S, right? And with that, we are getting 155 DPS, but remember, this is for a well-improved range. You can go and do T0 filaments in the very first days of your EVE Online career. The whole setup cost only 7.5 million ISK, right? And when it comes of training, it's like 1 day and something, 1 day and 6 hours, or 15 hours if you are Omega already. So this fit is quite affordable and quite profitable. Alrighty then, and next fit we will have a catalyst for Dagan, for Sister of Eve Epicar Final Boss. Okay, let's load this. So you have complete the training agents, or 5 of them, right? And now you want to do the Sister of Eve Epicar. It's perfectly okay to do that, and you need an affordable ship, right? 7.4 million ISK in here in order to accomplish that. So what we have here is a node light electron particle cannons 1 in highs, 8 of them, 5 meganewtons quad restrained microwarp drive, and very important because our fit is capacitor intensive, we have mount a small F-RX compact capacitor booster. Don't forget to get the charges for this In this case, we have Navy Cap Booster 400. As we can see, without it, we will go depleted in 37 seconds. And that is quite reasonable to believe because we will have to use pretty much everything that we have in here. So we will use cannons, we will use engine, we will use armor repairing modules. So we definitely need this capacitor booster because when we put these babies on it, right, our capacitor will become stable and we will be able to sustain everything in here. Let's have a look on the lows. Again, we have a Vortex Compact Magnetic Field Stabilizer to improve damage output. Also, we have a small armor repairer too, which is going to help us with the repairs. And also, very important, given the fact that there is only one enemy, we have mount a reactive armor hardener, and this baby will increase our armor resistance to the damage type that we are receiving. Given the fact, again, there is only one enemy, there is only one type of damage received. So it's a very good idea to mount a reactive armor hardener in a situation like this. Alright, let's have a look at the rigs. We have put explosive, explosive again, and one-time kinetic armor reinforcers. Those are exactly the damage types that the Dagan is doing to us. So we need to be very good in explosive damage resistance and in kinetic damage resistance. Let's put the charges on this baby as well to see how was the damage output. So let's recapitulate. For Sisters of Eve Epic Arc, we need 160 cubic meters in cargo capacity, so check. We need 130 DPS, we have 143 as a totally new player character, so checked. We need explosive resistance, checked. So in here we have everything that we need not only to kill the final boss, but also to fully complete the Sisters of Eve Epic Arc. Alrighty then, next one is an easy and a funny one, is the Salvager Catalyst. Let's do this, right? Alrighty, and as we can see on high power slots, we have a combination of Salvagers and small tractor beams. My recommendation would be to put as many Salvagers as targets you can lock at a time. For example, if you can lock 6 targets at a time, you can put 6 Salvagers, and to fill the rest of the slots with small tractor beams. Normally, you should have a mobile tractor unit deployed at the location, which will gather all the rakes around, and you will come with the Salvager and use only the Salvagers to collect them. To sustain everything, we should work on our capacitor, so we have a cap recharger 2 in here. And also all the rigs are dedicated to improve our capacitor. We have small capacitor control circuit 1, 2 times, right? And we have a small semiconductor memory cell 1 time. As we want to go quicker to the location, we have a 5 Omen enduring microwarp drive, and also we have mounted nanofiber internal structure to improve our agility. Of course, this can be changed with expanded cargo hold too, in order to expand our cargo capacity. With this, we can even carry multiple MTUs and deploy multiple MTUs at multiple locations. A word of advice: deploying an MTU can draw unnecessary attention. There are people dedicated to hunt MTUs, so just find yourself a nice quiet corner with no MTU hunters. Even if it happens to lose 1 MTU once in a while, the benefits and the optimization given by using MTUs is still profitable. Alrighty, and from here let's get into a serious PvE catalyst. More precisely, we will get into a Navy issue catalyst. Here we are. So this is a catalyst capable of scanning down those anomalies, getting in there, obtain those escalations, and after that go and resolve those escalations. What we have for that is 150mm prototype ghost guns, 6 of them in the high slots, and also core probe launcher 1. And for this we are going to use Sisters core scanner probes. We also need like a fast engine, which is a 5 AM compact microwarp drive. And we really need to work on our capacitor. So we have a small compact capacitor battery and also capacitor booster, which is going to use Navy Cap Booster 400. In the lows, we have Vortex compact magnetic field stabilizers, 2 of them, and also a small armor repairer 2. In the rigs, we have put 2 times small hybrid burst aerator 1 in order to increase our damage output. Alright then, let's mount the cap charges like this, right, and we have become stable. And as you notice, we have normal antimatter charge S, but also we have Caldari Navy antimatter S. So whenever we are encountering small, not very dangerous enemies, we can put the normal charges, right? And when the situation becomes a little bit more complicated, we can use the Caldari Navi ones. Let's put the Caldari Navi ones, and we are getting 140 DPS in this very moment as a newly created character. CPU and power grid should be okay with the minimum of training. The price tag, yes, it's 32 millions, but out of this, the ship in itself, it's very expensive. So the Caldari Navi issue catalyst is 20 millions. But the good news is the fact that it's quite affordable and the training time is not really prohibitive. Good, we have talked a lot about PvE fits, but hey, this is a catalyst. This is meant to go PvP, right? So let's see a PvP introductory fit, right? Like this. This is a fit you need to train as soon as you can if you want to go PvP in EVE Online. So what we have here, it's light neutron blaster ones, 8 of them in the high slots. We will move with an 5 EM compact micro warp drive engine, and also we will use this warp scramble in order to warp scramble our targets. In the lows, we will put magnetic field stabilizers 3 of them, in order to maximize our damage output. Speaking of damage output, we will also have this small hybrid burst aerator. And to help with our CPU, we will have this processor overclocking unit 1. As we can see, the CPU and power grid are at the limits, but with some training, this can still be done. One more word is the price tag, 3.7 millions, which is good for ganking. I really believe this design's name should be good for ganking. Good, let's get into the real stuff in here, and we have some gankers fit. Alright, let's start with this one. I just call them HM and AK. Obviously, these are not the full names and these are not even the initials. I will say only they have HM and respectively AK within their names. I cannot mention their names without their explicit permission. Good, and what we have here is the HM fit, right? And first of all, we have the price tag of 15.4 millions. As we can see, this is optimized not really for damage output, but for scan resolution, as these 2 modules are already given a plus 28 scan resolution bonus and also plus 28 maximum targeting range bonus. More than this can be loaded with scripts, right? For example, ECCM script to increase the magnetometric sensor strength, right? Or scan resolution script to even increase the scan resolution in order to minimize the target locking speed, or possible but not likely in this scenario with targeting range script to increase the range. So this ganker ship is basically a fast locker. Alright then, let's move to a damage output ganker fit, is the AK fit. Let's load it, and what we have here, it's a light neutron blaster 2, 8 of them in the high slots, 1 Omen civilian afterburner. Well, that's funny. In order to reduce the cost, they have opted for the civilian stuff. Also in here, we can find initiated compact war scramble, which is really cheap. Again, in the lows, we have this time magnetic field stabilizers 2, right? 3 of them. And in the rigs, we have a small hybrid burst aerator 2 to increase our damage. And also we have a small Algid hybrid administration unit to help us with the CPU. As we can see, the CPU is close to the limits. We need serious training in here. We need like 10% CPU improvements in here. The price tag is 16.6 million CISC. And let's have a look about the damage output. We will put this void S, and here we are. We got an astonishing 380 DPS as a newly created character. Remember guys, in our previous design we were dealing with the 160, 180 DPS, maybe 200 something. Well, with this Ganker design we get 380 DPS as a newly created character. As a true Ganker would do, there is nothing put for defense and everything is optimized for offense capabilities. Alright, and from here let's go for the maximum possible fit. Let's see what we can do with this catalyst, right? And for that we have this big cat catalyst, right? Let's load it. Let's see how much improvement can we get and how much money can we put into this fit. We will start with Federation Navy light neutron blasters, 8 of them in the high power slots, right? We will continue with a 5MN digital booster microwave drive. Let's see some market details from here. As we can see, this is really expensive. 400 millions. Also, we can mount a Federation Navy Warp Scrambler. In the lows, we will have Federation Navy magnetic field stabilizers, 3 of them. We will go easy in the rigs with small hybrid collision accelerator 1, 2 times of them. So far, our price tag is, let's say, only 869 million ISK, but as we have seen previously, the market price for this engine is not actually 215, but it's over 400 millions. So if you want to buy this design right now, we will need for sure in excess of 1 billion. Alrighty then, let's put the charges on it. Let's see how much damage output can we have. And yes, we get 402 DPS as a newly created player, in opposition with 380 DPS that we got from the previous Ganker design. The difference is obvious. The previous design was in the area of 16 million ISK and this design is over 1 billion. Alright guys, please remember you can always combine elements from different fits. It is perfectly okay to get the offense from one feed and mids or low slots or rigs from another feed. Please let me know in the comments what is your favorite and what would you put in or subtract to even further improve a catalyst feed. As on episode 1 when we have discussed about venture feeds, this is an open discussion and I invite you to share your ideas. And also please let me know what ship would you like to see next. I will try to put all of these feeds into description below. Subscribe now for more content like this. A share and a like are always greatly appreciated. Thank you so much guys for your support. We'll see you in the next vid.